Well, from my time in working with small businesses, I've found that the major problems or the major causes for failure are simply A, they fail to plan. They don't know where they're going, they just go in each day, day after day. They don't think about where they're going, where they want to take their business. So they don't factor in the growth and the problems that come from it. The second issue is some businesses just grow too quick, which means that their cash flow requirements outstrip their ability to be able to fund the goods and the services and the employees they need to meet their obligations of their clients and their customers. And that comes from cash flow or lack thereof it. They don't plan how they're going to have enough cash in their business, whether they need to borrow, whether they need to improve their debt collection process, or whether they need to get paid up front so they've got the money to grow. It's all about the cash at the end of the day. So for me, they're the three biggest issues that cause small businesses to fail. Look, when you go on holidays, do you just jump on a plane? Or do you think about where you're going to go, where you're going to stay, what sites you're going to visit, which cities you're going to go to? Most people spend more time planning their holidays than they do about planning their business. So it's really important that you understand where your business is now and where you're going to take it and the steps that you have to take to get it to that next location. Growth is absolutely good, but it needs to be controlled. I've seen many businesses struggle and often sometimes fail because when they grow, they might get sales for $1 million, but they only have the capacity, the people, the location to handle 500,000. So all of a sudden they're disappointing their clients and their clients start to fall off because the service isn't there, the quality is not there, the time frame of the delivery of the service isn't there. And that's why it's important to grow with a very predetermined knowledge of where you're going to go and what each step of the way is, and sometimes to hold back that growth so that you can get the most out of each step and make sure that your business catches up with you. Having a business is like having a child. You've got to get it, you've got to grow it, and you've got to look after it. You've got to have a plan for your child, which preschool, primary school, high school, where do you want it to go? What are the values you're going to teach it? What are the values you're going to teach your employees? What are the values of your business? The same way you would with a child. And as a child grows from infancy, they learn how to walk. They learn from crawling, they learn how to walk. The same way, your business acumen grows the longer you are in business. The better you get at it, you make less mistakes. The same way a child makes less mistakes. Then you get to adolescence, that stage where you really start to come into your own. Well, at least you think you are, but you're actually going to make more mistakes than you did when you're earlier on because you're a little bit cocky, because all of a sudden your business is growing, it's making great, but instead of having a plan to make sure that your business grows with strength, you might go and spend too much money on those private things at home instead of reinvesting it back into your business because you didn't have a plan. And then all of a sudden you get into your 20s and your 30s, and that maturity that comes along with that, when the frontal lobe of your business brain gets to its maturity, then you understand what needs to be done with the business. You understand the discipline that you need to have. Profit is what drops down the bottom. And there's a lot of things that happen before you get to profit. The key drivers, or the key four levers that I talk about, are all sales orientated. Because if we think about it, I'll go right to the very end. If you think about it, if you've got expenses of $100, the most you can do is get it down to zero. But if you've got $0, you've got zero business because you have to incur expenses. So improving your efficiency in how you spend your money is one answer. That is one of the levers because we don't want to waste money. But the three important levers are simply these. One, how many clients do you have? The number of clients. The more clients you have, the more sales you have. Two, how much do you sell your product for them? Do you sell it for $1? Could I sell it for $2? If I could sell it for $2, I'd double my sales. If I've got double the number of clients and double the price, I've now got 4 times the turnover. 3, how often do they come back to you? Do they buy off you once a year? Do they buy off you twice a year? The more times they buy off you, the more the more revenue you're going to make as well. So more customers, higher price, more times buying off you. That's how you make profit. That's how you grow your business. It's about working with the clients to identify the strategies to help them improve each of those levers. And it might be working on, for example, how do you market your business better to get more clients of the type that you want? And that's an important factor as well. You don't want to be selling or getting in clients who aren't the type that you want. So you really need to be clear on what your target market is. And then you need to devise a marketing strategy to approach and get to your target market. Now, it might be things like specific mailing lists to specific clients potential clients you've identified, as opposed to what I call shotgun marketing, such as putting an ad in the local newspaper, which attracts all sorts of people and businesses to you. One client simply said, he makes shit happen. Another client said to me, where have you been? Why haven't I been with you for a lot longer than this? And pretty much that makes me feel really good, because that means that makes me feel warm inside, because that's why I became an accountant, to help small businesses achieve their goals and their aspirations. There's an old saying, give a man a fish and he'll feed his family for the night. Teach him to fish and he'll eat for the rest of his life, or something like that. So my preference is to educate my clients, to teach them with the basic tools and knowledge that I have, that I've accumulated over the years, and that is basic knowledge for successful businesses. The reality of it is, there's no point me running the marathon for you. It doesn't make you a gold medalist. You need to learn how to run the marathon yourself. But I'll do everything I can to coach you to get you there.